Let's start by chanting Om, Omkara 3 times. You can repeat after me. Om. Guru Brahma,
Guru Brahma,
Guru Vishnu,
Guru Vishnu,
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha,
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha,
Guru Sakshat,
Guru Sakshat,
Parabrahma,
Parabrahma,
Tasmai Shri,
Tasmai Shri,
Gurave Namaha,
Gurave Namaha,
Dhyana Moolam,
Dhyana Moolam,
Guror Murtihi,
Gurur Murtihi,
Puja Moolam,
Puja Moolam,
Guror Padam,
Gurur Padam,
Mantra Moolam,
Mantra Moolam,
Guror Vakyam,
Gurur Vakyam,
Moksha Moolam,
Moksha Moolam,
Guru Kripa,
Guru Kripa,
Harihi Om,
Hari Om,
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha,
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha,
Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
My pranams to all of you. Slowly open your eyes. So we have the Gita family from Bangalore and also the Gita family from Ireland and UK today. And together, all of us together today will be celebrating Guru Purnima and contemplating on the significance of Guru Purnima to understand what is Guru Purnima and why do we celebrate it and how to celebrate it. So the next 2 hours, what we'll do is first we'll start by lighting the lamp, as discussed on the group. Whoever has the necessary items required ready, they can participate by lighting the lamp. We'll do it together, and after that we will have some shloka chanting and bhajan chanting by children and others if they're interested. Then we'll contemplate on the teachings of, the significance of Guru Purnima, take some question and answers if there are any, and people are welcome to share their experiences, and finally close with a meditation and closing prayer. So this is the agenda for today's program. So we'll start by lighting the lamp and paying salutations and respects to the Sadguru, the enlightened master. Not only any one particular master, but also the tradition, the Guru Parampara, the tradition of master and disciple, the passing down of wisdom from generations to all the enlightened masters, to the teaching of enlightenment, to all the gurus, rishis, acharyas, anybody who has contributed to bringing this light of wisdom and light of compassion and love in somebody else. So we'll start by lighting the lamp together. even we'll be doing it here. I'll move the camera to the altar. All of you can do the same. You can focus the camera on the altar. We'll light the lamp and come back. Asatoma, while we light, while we light the lamp, you can repeat Asatoma,
Asatoma
Satgamaya,
Satgamaya
Ramaya Tamasoma
Jyotirgamaya
Ramaya
Yorma,
Mrityorma
Jorma
Amrutam Gamaya,
Amritam
Amrutam
Gamaya
Ramaya
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Sihi.
We'll start by Sri Ram Abhinav's chanting. So Saujanya's son, Sri Ram Abhinav, I request you to offer your chantings today to the group and to the Sadguru.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So today I'm going to sing a song composed by the Sringeri Jagadguru Sri Sri Bharati Tirtha Swamiji.
Yeah.
It's called Garuda Gamana Tava. Okay. So I'll start. Garuda Gamana Tava Charana Kamalamiha Malasina Satu Mama Nityam. Garuda Gamana Tava Charana Kamalamiha Malasina Satu Mama Nityam. Manasina Satu Mama Nityam. Mama Tapa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Papa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Tapa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Papa Mapa Kurudeva. Jala Janayana Vidina Muchiharana Mukha Vibhuda Vinuta Pada Padma. Jala Janayana Vidina Muchiharana Mukha Vibhuda Vinuta Pada Padma. Vibhuda Vinuta Pada Padma. Mama Tapa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Papa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Tapa Mapa Kurudeva. Mama Papa Mapa Kurudeva. Bhujaga Shayana Bhava Madana Janaka Mama Janana Marana Bayari. Bhujaga Shayana Bhava Madana Janaka Mama Janana Marana Bayari. जनन मरण भयहारी मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव शङ्खचक्रधर दुष्टदैत्यहर सर्वलोकशरणा शङ्खचक्रधर दुष्टदैत्यहर सर्वलोकशरणा सर्वलोकशरणा मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव अगणित गुणगण अशरण शरणद विपुलित सुररिपुजाला अगणित गुणगण अशरण शरणद विदलित सुररिपुजाला विदलित सुररिपुजाला मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव भक्तवर्यमिह भूरि करुणया पाहि भारती तीर्थम् भक्तवर्यमिह भूरि करुणया पाहि भारती तीर्थम् पाहि भारती तीर्थम् मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव गरुडगमन तव चरण कमलमिह मनसि नसतु मम नित्यम् गरुडगमन तव चरण कमलमिह मनसि नसतु मम नित्यम् मनसि नसतु मम नित्यम् मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव मम तापमपा कुरु देव मम पापमपा कुरु देव.
Very nice.
Very nice. So, where did you learn this?
Actually, I go to Carnatic music class, and over there I learned it.
Wonderful. You sing very well.
Thank you.
So, anybody else? Any other children who want to chant or sing?
Krishna ji, my daughter wants to sing a bhajan. Actually, I had to encourage her.
Okay, sure. So I think Prasad ji's son and Shanti Bhushan ji's daughter will sing. So we'll start with Shanti Bhushan ji's daughter, and then Prasad ji's son can go ahead. Yeah. Yes. What is your name?
Anushka.
Anushka. What are you going to sing for us today?
A bhajan from Krishna. A bhajan about Krishna.
Okay, wonderful. Go ahead.
Gana na gana gana na na gana na gana 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 na gana gana syama barisat gana na gana gana na na gana na gana 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 na gana gana syama barisat तुलसी हसी घन श्याम भीजत चलत अटपट गिरत लटपट उठात झटपट चलत नटखट धरा हथेली न बूंद खट देखी मोती न हसत परखत बूंद बिखरत मुबे सूरत कबहु खीजत कबहु रीजत उलसी हसी घन श्याम भीजत घन श्याम बरसता काना के पद नंदूरी दमकत काना के पद नंदूरी दमकत छिपत दामिनी पलक झपकत छिपत दामिनी पलक झपकत चंचन में बरसत जन जनन नूपुर बाजत चरण झूमद में हर्षत छुई सकत नहीं गगन तरसत उलसी हसी घन श्याम भीजत घन 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 नन घन 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 श्याम बरसत बेगिदा वत चकित हारी बेगिधा वत चकित हारी भुवन भुवना गण डारी नाम ले यशोदा पुकारी कित गयो नंदना बिहारी देखी परत पीड़ित बारी काना भीजत देखी रीजत उलसी हसी घन श्याम भीजत घन 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 नन घन 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 श्याम बरसत श्याम बरसत श्याम बरसत मोरे श्याम भीजत
Beautiful. Wonderful. Where did you learn this?
in my singing lessons.
In your singing lessons. Very nice. Even you have a very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
How old are you?
8.
8 years old. Very nice. So we'll listen now to Prasadji's son.
I am going to say Hayagriva Shloka
Okay, what is your name?
by Sri Vedanta Deshika. My name is Shriyans.
Sorry, can you repeat your name, please?
Shriyans.
Shriyans. Okay, great. Please go ahead.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimate Nigamanta Mahadeshikaya Namaha, Shriman Venkatanatharya Kavitarkika Kesari, Vedantacharya Varyo Me Sannidattam Sada Hrivi, Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim, Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe, Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim, आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे सतसिद्धं शुद्धस्फटिक मणिभूभृत् प्रतिभटं सुधा चीभिर्द्युतिभिरवदात त्रिभुवनम् अनन्तैस्त्रय्यन्तैरनुविहितहेषा हलहलं हताशेषा वद्यं हयवदनमीडे महिमा समाहारः साम्नां प्रतिपदं रुचां धाम यजुषां लयः प्रत्यूहानां लहरी विततिर्वो बोधजलदेः कथादर्पक्षुभ्यत्कथककुलकोलाहलभवम् हरत्वन्तर्द्वान्तं हयवदनहेषा हलहलः राशिसन्ध्या काचिदन्तर्निशायाः प्रज्ञादृष्टेरञ्जनशीरपूर्वा वक्त्री वेदान् भातुमेवाजिवक्त्रा वागीशाक्या वासुदेवस्य मूर्तिः विशुद्धविज्ञानघनस्वरूपम् विज्ञान विश्राननबद्धदीक्षं दयानिधिं देहभृतां शरण्यं देवं हयग्रीवमहं प्रपद्ये अपौरुषेयैरपि वाक्प्रपञ्चैः अद्यापि ते भूतिमदृष्टपारां स्तुवन्नहं मुग्ध इति त्वयैव कारुण्यतो नाथ कटाक्षणीयः दाक्षिण्यरम्या गिरिशस्य मूर्तिः देवी सरोजासन धर्मपत्नी व्यासादयोऽपि व्यपदेशवाचः स्फुरन्ति सर्वे तव शक्तिलेशैः मन्दो भविष्यन्नियतं विरिञ्चो वाचां निदे वञ्चितभागधेयः दैत्यापनीतं दययैव भूयोऽपि अद्यापयिष्यो निगमानचेत्त्वं वितर्कडोलां व्यवधूय सत्त्वे बृहस्पतिं वर्तसे यतस्त्वं तेनैव देवत्रिदशेश्वराणाम् अस्पृष्टडोलायितमादिराज्यम् अग्नौ समिद्धार्षिषि सप्ततन्तोः आतस्तिवान्मन्त्रमयं शरीरम् अखण्डसारैर्हविषां प्रदानैः आप्यायनं व्योम सदा विदत्से यन्मूलमीदृक् प्रतिभाति तत्त्वं यं मूलमाम्नाय महाद्रुमाणां तत्त्वेन जानन्ति विशुद्धसत्त्वाः त्वामक्षरामक्षरमात्रकां त्वाम् अव्याकृताद्व्याकृतवानसि त्वं नामानि रूपाणि च यानि पूर्वं शंसन्ति तेषां च रमां प्रतिष्ठां वागीश्वर त्वां त्वदुपज्ञवाचः मुग्धेन्दुनिश्चन्दविलोभनीयां मूर्तिं तवानन्दसुधापसूतिं विपश्चितश्चेतसि भावयन्ते वेलामुदारामिव दुग्धसिन्धोः मनोगतं पश्यति यस्य दात्वां मनीषिणां मानसराजहंसं स्वयं पुरोभावविवादभाजः किं कुर्वते तस्य गिरो यथार्हम् अपेक्षणार्धं कलयन्ति ये त्वाम् आप्लावयन्तं विशदैर्मयूकैः वाचां प्रवाहैरनिवारितैस्ते मन्दाकिनीं मन्दयितुं क्षमन्ते.
That's it?
There is a little bit more, but
It's enough for now.
enough for now.
It has 30 verses actually, so yeah,
33.
33. So it will take more time.
And I've learned about 21 also. This
21.
was until the
15, 16.
16th, I think.
16th. Okay, you can complete it. How much ever you know, you can complete.
Okay. Swamin bhavadhyana sudabhishekat vahanti dhanyah pulkanuvantham lakshite kwapi nirudhamulam angeshvivanandatum ankurantam Swamin pratichatridayena dhanyaha त्वद्यानचन्द्रोदय वर्धमानं मान्तमानन्दपयोधिमन्तः पयोभिरक्ष्णां परिवाहयन्ति. स्वैरानुभावास्त्वदीनभावाः समृद्धवीर्यास्त्वदनुग्रहेण विपश्चितो नाथ तरन्ति मायां वैहारिकीं मोहनपिञ्चिकां ते प्राणिर्मितानां तपसां विपाकाः प्रत्यग्रनिःश्रेयससम्पदो मे समेधि क्षीरं स्तव पादपद्मे संकल्पचिन्तामणयः प्रणामाः। विलुप्तमूर्धन्यलिपिक्रमाणां सुरेन्द्रचूडापदलालितानां त्वदङ्घ्रिराजीव रजकणानां भूयां प्रसादो मयि नाथ भूयात्। त्वत्किङ्करालङ्करणोचितानां त्वयैव कल्पान्तरपालितानां मञ्जुप्रणादं मणिनूपुरं ते मञ्जूषिकां वेदगिरां प्रतीमः सञ्चिन्तयामि प्रतिबाधशास्तान् सन्दुक्षयन्तं समयप्रदीपान् विज्ञानकल्पद्रुमपल्लवाभं व्याख्यानमुद्रा मधुरं करं ते।
That's all. Neha.
That's it.
Yes.
Wonderful. Very nice.
Incredible.
You have a very strong memory. It's a very complex verses there. Very nice. And a big congratulations to the parents for recognizing his abilities as well.
Thank you, Krishnaji.
Anybody else? Vivek? Even the adults can contribute if you know.
I know only Bollywood songs.
Is it okay to have the Mahamrityunjay mantram chanting?
That will take a long time, right?
Just one shloka that can go for
Okay, sure.
21 minutes.
It'll take 21 minutes, is it?
No, 21 times.
21 times. Okay.
It's called the Mahamrityunjay mantra. It's about a mantra. It's about Shiva. So
yeah.
How should they repeat after me? Okay. You can please repeat after me after every.
Okay. So before that, 1 second.
Yeah.
So if we are chanting the Mahamrityunjay mantra, all of you can, when you're chanting it and when you're following, just close your eyes and either visualize the Guru or Shiva or the Linga, Shiva Linga. Okay, and then follow the chanting. You can start.
Sing along.
Yeah, I think we will repeat after him.
After him.
Okay. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe.
Om Trayambakam
Yajamahe.
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam.
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam.
Urvarukamiva Vandanat.
Urvarukamiva Vandanat.
Mrityormukshiya. Mamritat. Om. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe.
Om Trayambakam Yajamahe.
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukamiva Vandanat. Mrityormukshiya mamritat. Om. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात्
गुरुवारुकमिव बन्धना
मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात्
You can count it at 9.
Yeah.
You can stop it at 9 also.
Yeah.
9 counts. Yeah.
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय
मृत्योर्मक्षीय
मामृतात् Last time. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात्
Slowly open your eyes. So wonderful again. Thank you to all the children who participated and all the parents who supported. Also to Vivek for organizing this session. Again, thank you for all of you participating from Dublin and Ireland, other parts of Ireland and UK, and everybody else here in India. So should we start the contemplation on Guru Purnima, or anybody else who wants to sing a bhajan? Adults? I see there are some other participants. If you can go on the video, it will be nice. If you're able to go on the video, and then we can. Okay.
You want to say? Try.
Meenakshi, is your daughter going to chant something?
She's a bit afraid, but I'm asking her to do. You can try.
Are you going to chant something for us? Okay, go ahead.
Om Gam Ganapati Namaha Swaswati Namaskabhi Vede Kamarupini Vedya Mambam Kashami Siddhe Potnat Sada. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha Nityamukshya Mamratat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Saganham Pashti Vardanam Erwakam Yabandana Mrityamakshya Mamratat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Saganham Pashti Vardanam Erwakam Yabandana Mrityamakshya Mamratat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Saganham Pashti Vardanam Erwakam Yabandana Mrityamakshya Mamratat. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Will you or anybody else? Anybody, any other child? Okay. So let us start our contemplation on Guru Purnima. What is Guru Purnima? Who is a guru? What is the significance of a guru in our life or in the spiritual journey? And are there different types of gurus? What is the difference between the different types of gurus, if there are any? So we'll look at all of this. But first we will contemplate on Guru Purnima. So today is the auspicious Guru Purnima, which is dedicated to Sri Vedavyasa Maharshi. So there was a sage, an enlightened master called Sri Vedavyasa Maharshi. That's why he's glorified in the Vishnu Sahasranama as Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. He's an enlightened master whose contribution to spirituality in general and the system of spiritual teaching is immense. What we currently know as Indian spirituality stands because of the contribution of Sri Vedavyasa Maharshi. That's why it's called as Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima. So what did Sri Vedavyasa Maharshi do? He foresaw that India will go through the dark ages. There'll be a lot of foreign attacks, and the country itself will be under disturbance. Now, and he was very clear, the only thing that will save people ultimately, the only thing worthwhile giving to the next generation is Atmagnana, is the teaching of the self-realization. So he codified the Vedas, the 4 Vedas. He codified the Vedas. He gave us the Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. He gave us various songs and stories, and he wrote the Puranas to communicate the teaching of enlightenment to the coming generations. And all of this was done just by passing on the wisdom from the master to the disciple. So there was no way for them to capture or record all of this apart from using their own abilities of the mind. So they would listen to the teaching, understand it, realize it, pass it on. And this is how the Vedavyasa Maharishi, along with his various disciples, enlightened disciples, spread the message or protected the teachings of Atmagnana for us to relish it now. So if there's any system that anybody in spirituality is attracted to, you can trace it back to the contribution of Sri Vedavyasa Maharishi. All that wisdom encapsulated, and he embedded it in simple stories that you and I can even talk about now and listen to, the story that the children are aware through festivals. All of that is a contribution of Sri Vedavyasa Maharishi. And that's why in honor of Sri Vedavyasa Maharishi, we celebrate Guru Purnima. That is one aspect. And in general, Guru Purnima is the most significant for a spiritual aspirant. All the festivals in India have the message of Atmagnana. The purpose of having a festival is what? Not just to wear good clothes and eat yummy food. It's a good get-together time. But the reason why it was created was as reminders of the teaching of enlightenment and the various aspects of enlightenment, the various powers and expressions of consciousness. So we have various festivals in India. We have, starting from Ugadi, Shivaratri, then Makara Sankranti, and Guru Purnima, Deepavali, so on. There are multiple festivals, and all of them, without any exclusion, every single festival is a call for enlightenment and carries the message and teaching of enlightenment within it. And of all the festivals, Guru Purnima is the most significant. Okay, so that is why we chose to celebrate Guru Purnima, or rather contemplate on Guru Purnima, is because this is the most important. The Guru is the most significant and important in the spiritual journey. And this is what we'll contemplate on today. Who is this Guru? What is the significance? Why is it so important in our lives? So let me tell you a story. If even children are listening, there was a young Zen monk. There was a young monk who just was initiated into Buddhism, and he entered the monastery. And there was a Zen master in the monastery. He comes the first day. He bows down to the master, and he tells the master, "I'm seeking enlightenment, and please, I understand that you are enlightened. Please teach me." The master looks at him. He turns to his side. There's a big stick that he has. He takes the stick and he hits the disciple. And he hits him so hard, not just a gentle hit, a very hard hit. He hurts him very badly. Again, he tries to hit, and this time the disciple goes back, and he eventually runs away because he understands the master is not kidding. He's hitting him really hard, so he runs away. He runs away from that room. Then the next day, he's doing some work in the garden, and so the master comes out of nowhere and hits him with a stick. Again, he's eating food peacefully. The master comes out of nowhere and hits him with a stick. And every time he's being chased by the master with a stick. And he's sleeping. When he's sleeping, the master comes and hits him there. Because he's not now able to catch him in the morning. Every time he's tried to catch him in the morning, the student has become a little alert. He's always cautious after a few, getting a few hits. In the morning, he's not able to catch him. So now when the disciple is sleeping, the master hits him. It goes on like this. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he gets hit, sometimes he runs away, sometimes he gets hit. But there comes a time when after a few days, the disciple has become so alert that even if he's in deep sleep, and if the master is coming, he gets up and he runs away. And a few days goes by like this way, where the master is not able to hit the disciple. Then the disciple is called with the promise that he will not be hit. Please come now and meet me. He comes to the master and he bows down. He bows down. Again, he gets hit. But then he says, you said you will not hit me, but you hit me again. He said, never, never, ever let down your guard, no matter what. Now, and it said that at that moment, the disciple got enlightened. He got established in full and pure alertness and awareness. This is the story of our lives. It's not the story of some Zen monk. We are like that monk. And the person who keeps hitting us, who is the person who keeps hitting us? Somebody said wife.
Our mind, I think.
Mind, okay. Vivek?
Life?
So Vivek has enough kicks from life.
Beaten up so many times, never got in there.
He's beaten up black and blue. So life beats you all the time. No matter who you are, it hits you in places where it hurts. Nobody can hit you like that. So that's why life is called, this place is called universe. It comes from the word university. Life is a university where you come to learn. And life is a constant learning. You go on learning. Various lessons are there to learn. It will not end until whatever lesson has to be learned is learned. So all the experiences, the people that you meet, the relationship that you have, everything is coming in your life to teach you something. As long as you don't become alert and awake, you'll keep getting hit. So that is why you see in our lives, we keep getting hit the same kind of pains. Sometimes the same patterns and pains keep coming back to us. The same person haunts us. The same experiences comes in different forms. Because there's something to learn. And the moment you learn from it, you become alert. You can no longer be hit. So life is about reaching such a state where you can no longer be hit because you're so alert. And that is called mukti, enlightenment. Mukti simply means you've become free from the kicks of life. No longer life can catch you somewhere in your unawareness and inflict something on you that will hurt you. So this is the journey of life. This is our purpose in life. Why are we born? To learn our lessons. There is something to learn. And as long as you don't learn it, you'll keep coming back. That is the cycle of life, birth, and rebirth. The cycle goes on until you learn the lessons. And God is infinitely patient. God is a very compassionate, that's why it's called teacher, guru. He will wait until you learn, even if it takes 1 lifetime, 10 lifetimes, 100 billion lifetimes. He patiently waits. So the Guru is the Guru principle. The principle of Guru is operating throughout our lives. It is the one that has been there with you, the only one that has been there with you throughout your existence in this life, in this form, and in any other form, is Guru. Is the Guru principle that has handheld you, made you learn your lessons, and come to this point. So there are various Gurus that help us. There is that's why we know popularly as Mother is our first Guru. Mother teaches us so many things, and it's not easy to raise a child. Do you know how many times a child falls before it learns to walk? The child falls over 1 lakh times before it learns to walk. Okay? Then it has to learn to speak. It has to learn to think. It has to learn so many things, how to operate in the world. So the child gets molded and taught various lessons by various gurus and guru principle operating to various people. So gurus are many. There are many gurus. Meaning, when I say guru in this, when I use the word guru here, I'm referring to teachers. But the guru in Guru Purnima doesn't refer to teacher. So teacher and the Guru in Guru Purnima refers to Sadguru, and the Sadguru are completely different. So there is teacher who teaches us various lessons, and teachers can come in different form. The friend is a teacher, the teacher is a teacher, the enemy is also teacher. So people in corporates will clearly understand how the competitor is the teacher. We learn so much from our competition. Everybody is a teacher. Everybody teaches you something. The child is a teacher. When the couple becomes a parent for the first time, they learn a lot from the child. So teachers are many. But Guru, Sadguru, the enlightened master, is only one. That all the teachers work so that one day you reach and meet your enlightened master. So the teacher is like a painter. Painter's job is to add. There is an empty canvas. The painter adds paint. And he goes on adding, he or she goes on adding, and then it becomes a painting. Correct? The teacher is like that. They give you, they put things in you. They give information to you. They give a skill. Okay? They enrich you. They teach you the ways of the world. They make you more. They fill your bag. They fill your baggage with knowledge. But the Guru is very different. The word Guru means, does anybody know what the word Guru means?
Gu is darkness and Ru is to get rid of darkness. The person who gets rid of darkness from the mind.
So Guru is like a sculptor. So there is painter who is a teacher who adds. Then there's a Guru who is a sculptor. Sculptor doesn't add. He cannot add to the stone. He chips off whatever is not required. He takes off. He removes. His job is to remove and destroy. So Guru is a very destructive role. That's why Shiva is referred to as Guru. He's not a constructive person. His job is the most uncomfortable job from a disciple's perspective, but it's the most significant and important. And nobody else does the job that a true master does, which is removing. Everything in the world is only adding to you, adding to your mind, adding thoughts and experiences, identities, goes on adding. Guru is the only one who removes. So if people think on a spiritual journey, I meet a master, I meet a Guru, so that I I get spirituality or I get spiritual enlightenment is false. I meet a guru so that I become empty. If a guru is giving you something, then he is not your Sadguru. The guru's job is to remove all traces of ignorance, remove all thoughts, make you thoughtless, make you pastless, make you futureless, make you identityless, basically make you strip you off completely. Okay? Strip you off of your mind, strip you off of your body, attachment to the body, all your false relationship and notions, strip you off of your concepts of God. Everything, strip you off completely so that you establish in the truth. That is a job done by a Sadguru. That's why Kabir Das told, Guru or Govind khade samne, kisko jhukaye sir? Kabir Das was asked, Guru and Govinda, God and Guru is standing in front of you. Who will you bow down to? He says, I will bow down to Guru. Because Guru is the one who showed God really. Otherwise, even God is conceptual. Even all the ideas that we have of divinity is all conceptual. And all of that is twisted to our whims and fancies. And none of those tricks of the mind will work in the presence of a master. That is the importance of a realized, living, enlightened master. Somebody who himself or herself has become free from all concepts and identities and is able to see through your concepts and identities, see where you stand exactly, and give you the right guidance to go to the next level and ultimately to the final stage of enlightenment. That's why gurus, the staying with the enlightened master is never a comfortable experience. Wherever your ego is massaged and pampered, please run away from there. Okay? Wherever you're praised, oh my God, you're such a divine person, you're meditating for such a long time, you're able to speak spirituality so well. All that is massaging your ego, makes the ego more bigger and bigger. But being with the real enlightened master is a very painful experience. Every day your ego is pricked. Every day your ego is hurt. So you come doing sadhana and you tell the master, Master, I did meditation for 24 hours. The guru will say, who did meditation? You were expecting, oh, somebody should praise me. I did meditation. I did charity. I gave all my wealth to the poor. I did service. I did massage. I donated this. I did puja so I gave gold to the temple and all that. Somewhere you're expecting some ego boost. But a real enlightened master will question, who is doing it? Who are you? What is the meaning of what you have done? So the guru is the one who removes. His only objective, his or her only objective is to make you completely empty, to make you to another enlightened master. So in the Puranas, there is a sorcerer's stone called Parasamani. Have you heard of it? It's a sorcerer's stone. It's a magical stone. It's called Parasamani. So the Parasamani is a magical stone. Whatever it touches becomes gold. Okay, whatever the Parasamani touches, it becomes gold. So Guru is a Parasa making Parasamani. Meaning whatever the Guru touches becomes another Guru. The enlightened master, whatever he or she touches meaning, gives the teaching of Atmagnana to, becomes another enlightened being. So this is the glory of Guru. And in the tradition of Sufism, in the tradition of Sanatana Dharma, the highest place is given to the Guru, even above Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. That's why it said, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. In the tradition of Kriya Yoga, which identifies various energy centers in our body, there are 6 chakras in our body, starting from the base to the spine. And each chakra is associated with the deity. For example, the Mooladhara is associated with Ganesha, the Swadhisthana chakra is associated with Subramanya, the Manipura is associated with Surya Deva, the Anahata is associated with Vishnu, the Vishuddhi is associated with Shiva, the Agna is associated with Shiva and Shakti. The final chakra, the place of enlightenment, is associated with the Sadguru. So Sadguru is the last and the highest point in anybody's journey. To meet a realized living master is the end of your journey. It's not the beginning of your journey. It is the end of your so-called existence that you know. And that is why when the Guru gives the Diksha, traditionally, the name is changed. Whenever there is a sannyasa given for anybody in the system of sannyasa, the name is changed. Whatever name you had, you are to give up that and you have a new name. Because it is a symbolic way of telling that you are no longer the person who was associated with that name. You're no longer the body and mind. You are now the pure consciousness. That's why typically some profound name like Ananda, something Ananda, Vishwarupa Ananda, or Chinmayananda, some Ananda is, or some quality of consciousness is attributed in the name. It is symbolized that meeting a Sadguru is the death of your ego and the birth into consciousness. You were born into matter. Now you have died to matter. And at what point have you died? You have died at the altar of the Guru, the living master. And now is a new birth where no longer you are associated with the body and mind. You are only a experiencer of consciousness. You're a seer now. You're no longer an object. You are the seer, the witness, the awareness. This is the job and the importance of a Sadguru in our life. So the teacher is different. Then there are gurus who are spiritual gurus who might take you to a point in spirituality but are not able to take you to the final. The one who ends the journey is the Sadguru. So meeting the Sadguru, meeting the enlightened master is you can understand, you can take it that it's the last station. Nothing more is there after Sadguru. Nothing more is there after the last point. It is the last station before your train reaches the end. After that, it's diving into pure consciousness. That's why it said, when you're ready, the master appears. When you have had enough kicks, when you're beaten enough, now you have understood the limitations of life, the madness of life, and you've come to a point to seek, okay, enough with all this mess, I want to become free. When you have ripened, when the mind is ripened, the master appears. There is no way you can find a Sadguru. All the scriptures emphasize, there is no way you can hold a picture or a criteria, a map, and say, okay, I'm going to find a guru like this. It'll never happen. When you are ready, the master appears. And the the sentence goes on to say that when you are really ready, the master disappears. Meaning when the master job is done, when he has hit you so much that you are now so alert in all three states of your consciousness, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Alert to what? Alert to your true nature. At no point do you say, I am body, I am mind, I am intellect. You always retain the gnana and the experience and the realization that I am pure consciousness, I am not the body, mind, intellect. As long as that becomes throughout, as long as it becomes sahaja, it's called sahaja samadhi. As long as you don't reach sahaja samadhi, you require the master. The guru is required. The moment you reach sahaja samadhi, the guru disappears. Meaning, when you no longer are the body, even the master is no longer the body. The physical master is required because you identify with the body. The moment you say, I am not the body anymore, the master also becomes no body. And there only exists pure consciousness. And who is this Sadguru? Who is this Sadguru? The Sadguru is somebody who has the realization that I am pure consciousness, and his or her individuality is completely destroyed. He is established in Brahman. He is Brahman. There is no he anymore. There is no he or she anymore. To speak, we say that there's the person, but there is no person inside. It's pure consciousness. Whatever is coming out of the mouth of that body is the words of Parabrahman. Somebody who has reached Parabrahman, Brahma, he's a Brahma Gnani, and is also able to teach. Not just he's just realized. So just because somebody is enlightened doesn't mean they are Sadguru. So there are two types of enlightened beings. One is somebody who has realized and also can teach. Another one is one who's realized but is not able to communicate and bring the same experience in you, realization in you. So it's like this. To give you a real example, there was a professor in US, I think in Louisiana or some state, I forgot the name of the state. He used to travel 100 miles every day to teach a class of 4 students. Every day, 100 miles one way, again 200 miles, to teach just 4 people. And out of that 4 people, 2 people won the Nobel Prize. And the professor himself was a Nobel laureate. So Sadguru is like that. He or she himself has realized Brahman and also is able to bring the same in you. That's why I said Parasamani, a Parasa making Parasamani. Sadguru creates another Sadguru. But any other enlightened being might not be able to do that. Maybe they will be able to bless you or give you some direction or lead you to the Sadguru. So reaching the realized master is the most auspicious. It is not common. It is not ordinary. It doesn't happen to everybody. Bahunam janmanam ante gnanavan mam prapadyate. Shri Krishna says after millions and millions of lifetimes, people come to a point where they meet the Sadguru, receive the teaching, and get established in Brahman. And the Guru has no expectations from you. Although it's a relationship between a master and a disciple, it's not a two-way relationship in that sense. The disciple is seeking and the master is only giving. The master has nothing to receive back because there's nobody to receive back. So we have the concept of Guru Dakshina, right? To give the Dakshina to the Guru. the only dakshina that can be given to the Guru is the offering of the ignorance. That is the only thing he wants. That's why in the neck of Shiva, you see the mala of skulls. Have you seen that? In the Shiva wears a garland of skulls. All the skulls represent the ego, the head. The only thing that you can give to the master is the ego. So traditionally in the time of Upanishads, whenever any disciple went to a master, they used to take sticks, wooden sticks. And the first time they meet the master, they give the wooden sticks. Nothing else to be given, only the wooden sticks. The wooden sticks represents all the karma. I've spoken about the 4 types of karma, right? Sanchita, Prarabdha, Kriyamana, Agami, and also the ignorance, thought patterns, diseases, everything. Whatever the disciple is filled with, he gives them as sticks to the master. And the master just burns it, puts it into the holy fire, and burns it. That's why it said, whatever Brahmaji, the creator, writes with his hand, the Sadguru erases with his feet. Whatever Brahmaji writes with his hand, the Guru erases with his feet. Whatever karma you have done in your unconsciousness, the Guru erases it. How? By asking you, who is doing it? You can't even lift your hand and you say you have done so much karma. Who is doing it? He gives the gnana, Atma Gnana. The Atma Gnana erases the karma. This is the grace of the Guru. That's why it is seen in the popular TV shows. Whenever there's a mythological show, the Guru does like this and some light comes out of his hand. And there's some magic that happens. That grace is called teaching. Krishna does the same to Arjuna on the battlefield. The teaching of Bhagavad Gita is the greatest blessing to Arjuna. Nothing else can save Arjuna in that place. Arjuna is already empowered. He's already at the best physical state that he can be in. He's already has enough from the outside. But the only thing that saves him is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, is the teaching of the Sadguru. So Krishna takes on the role of Sadguru and gives the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. So the significance of the master is that na guroradikam tattvaha. So there's a text called Guru Gita. So like how we have Bhagavad Gita, which is the teaching of Krishna to Arjuna. Guru Gita is the teaching of Shiva to Parvati. So Lord Shiva is giving the teaching to Parvati. Parvati is asking, how can I get enlightened? And Shiva tells that it gives the teaching. And the teaching is called Guru Gita. His only prescription is, the only way to get enlightened is Sadguru. The simplest way. Any other path taken is an indirect path and will ultimately only lead you back to Sadguru only. And that's why one of the shlokas in the Guru Gita is, the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu also comes in the Guru Gita. Another shloka in the Guru Gita is that we chant during the classes, Dhyana Moolam Guror Murti, Puja Moolam Guror Padam, Mantra Moolam Guror Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. The enlightenment, liberation happens because of the grace and teaching of the one who is enlightened. The Nobel laureate helps you and takes you to that stage. It's like a mentor. If you want, for whatever great you need to do in life, you need a mentor. If you want to become very wealthy, extremely wealthy, you need that kind of support. You need the thought process of a very wealthy person. You need to understand the business tactics or so many things that you will never know unless you come in contact with somebody who's already in that state of wealth. To win the Olympics, you need a mentor. So just observe all the Olympic players, regardless of which country they are in. If they're from India, they obviously touch the feet of the mentor and have great reverence. But even the people from other parts of the world who don't have this tradition, they have great reverence for their mentors because they understand that you need somebody to push you out of your limited sense of existence. Somebody from the beyond has to elevate you. So there's a story of a frog. There's a frog who is in a well. So we have typically heard this phrase, right? You're like a frog in the well, meaning you know only this much. So there was a frog in the well. And every day there was a bird sitting on the stone and singing about the ocean. And he's singing about how vast the ocean is. So one day the frog gets curious and it asks the bird, how big is the ocean? Is it this big? The bird says, no, it's bigger. Okay, is it this big? The bird says, no, it's bigger. Is it this big? No, it's bigger. Is it bigger than my well? Yes, it's way bigger than your well. Then the frog says, no, you're lying. There is no such thing as ocean. The frog is like the mind. The mind is trying to comprehend Brahman, consciousness. Is it this much Ananda? Is it this much peace? Is God like this? It doesn't have the faculty to measure Brahman. Brahman is beyond the mind. Brahman is transcending the mind. The only way the frog will know the ocean, the vastness of the ocean, is if it goes out of the well and sees it for itself. And that's exactly what the master does. The master doesn't give you any theory. Brahman is like that, Brahman is like this. The master's job is to take you deeper into inquiry, not deeper into scriptures, not deeper into shlokas and so many books, deeper into knowledge. No, take you away from all knowledge. It's an emptying process. Like I said, like a sculptor. And it's not even a sculptor. Sculptor is just one example where sculptor ultimately arrives at some beautiful image. The master wants no image left. It's not like you will end up in the hands of the master, he'll sculpt you into a beautiful divine being and you'll become a deity. No. The master will take off all the stone. He just puts a bomb, the bomb of Atmagnana, and the stone explodes. Nothing is left. Complete dissolution of all ignorance. That is the path of Atmagnana. Atmagnana, and that has been the path of the Atmadarshana sessions as well. It is not to make you more knowledgeable in the subject of spirituality. It is to make you completely empty, give you absolute clarity and experience and realization of consciousness so that you live with that reality. You become another Parasamani. Okay, this is the enlightened master. And why a master is required? Can't this enlightenment happen without a master? Why Guru is so important? Is because the evolution is always, see, we came here to this point unconsciously. It's a mechanical process. Something happened, something happened, something happened. Okay, unconsciously we were born somewhere, unconsciously we were pushed into something, and unconsciously we met some unconscious people, had unconscious conversations, learned unconscious things, unconscious patterns, got some unconscious diseases, and ended up here in a mess. So your life is unconscious until you meet something conscious. Okay? And nothing that is not conscious is conscious. Meaning nothing that is not alive and able to speak to you and communicate to you is conscious. Please understand, spirituality is speaking about that which cannot be spoken about. It is talking about something that cannot be talked about. It is talking about Brahman, and Brahman cannot be spoken in words. It is talking about something beyond experiences. It is talking about pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is also a pointer word. But what the reality is cannot be pointed with any words. It is such a subtle and complex endeavor that is impossible. It's almost impossible. And to get a master who can simplify it to you and give it to you on a platter is the greatest blessing. And that is not a significance of a master. That has been the journey of all the masters. So to tell you a story, to conclude with the story of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a devotee of Mother Kali. He used to see Mother Kali, like how you can see another person beside you. He used to see and he used to talk to her. She used to tell him and she used to give him powers and he had abilities. And his devotion was very high. He used to experience ecstasy, joy and everything. But Mother Kali also told him that this is not the end. Whatever you're experiencing is still Maya. Still some games of the mind. It's a good picture. Before you were seeing bad pictures, now you're seeing good pictures, that's all. But it's still a picture. So you have to become free from all pictures, all images. So he asks, okay, how will that happen? He said, don't worry, I'll send you someone. Then one day he meets a person called Totapuri. And Totapuri comes to him. He looks at Ramakrishna and he says, okay, you are ready now. I will give you Atmagna. He comes to him. Ramakrishna doesn't recognize Totapuri. Totapuri recognizes, okay, Ramakrishna is ready. And he tells him, I am your master. I will teach you. Ramakrishna says, I need to check with my mother first. So Totapuri thinks, okay, his mother is, he'll go and ask. Then he goes to the temple and he asks Mother Kali. Mother Kali, this person is telling that he is my Sadguru and he wants to teach me Atmagna. So mother says, okay, learn. I only sent him, go and learn. So he comes back to Totapuri. He says, mother said, okay. Totapuri says, where is your mother? He says, in the Dakshineshwar temple. She is the Mother Kali. Then Totapuri understands the level of his involvement with Maya. So he says, all that is Maya. Just drop her. And how can he drop God? Of all the things that you drop to get God, now it's like asking to drop the final and the best thing. He says he's not able to drop God. How can I drop God? He says drop, it's also an illusion. Then he's not able to drop. He tries everything, he's not able to get the image out of Kali from his mind. Then Totapuri cuts his forehead with a sharp object and starts bleeding. He says, focus on that pain, become aware of that point and cut the mother like how I cut. He says, how will I cut her? Totapuri says, cut her with a sword. Ramakrishna says, where is the sword? Then Totapuri says, wherever you bought the mother from, bring the sword from there. And he visualizes, he cuts the image of the Mother Kali, and at that moment, he gets established in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So there are 3 different states of realization. What Ramakrishna was experiencing before is Savikalpa Samadhi, meaning the experience of God with a form. Still, it's in the realm of the mind, but it's the most purest. It's the most purest mind, Savikalpa Samadhi. Now he experiences Nirvikalpa Samadhi. No more forms, or everything is dissolved. No more projection. The mind is established in pure consciousness. He sits like that for several days and gets established in Sahaja Samadhi. Now when he opens his eyes, it's not lost. It's not that he needs to close his eyes to experience consciousness. eyes open, eyes closed, eating, sleeping. No external state affects Sahaja Samadhi. And that is called Mukti, Atmagnana. And that happened because of the grace of Master Tota. This is the importance of a Sadguru. I will stop at this point. If there are any questions, I can answer. Is the significance of Guru Purnima? Who is Sadguru? What is the importance of Sadguru clear to everybody? Any questions? Anybody? No questions. Very clear. Okay.
Krishnaji, I have one question, not related to the teaching, but when we started our prayer, we kept mirror and lamp. So I don't know what is that mirror signify. Can you please explain me that?
So the Sadguru is represented with a mirror. Of course, the Sadguru is the living master, the person in the physical form, but also as in an altar is represented with a mirror. The mirror has nothing of its own. It's empty. It only reflects. And whatever it's reflecting doesn't affect the mirror, doesn't stain the mirror. For example, you stand in front of the mirror and you're holding something that is burning. It shows in the mirror, but the mirror doesn't burn. Whatever you hold in the mirror, in front of the mirror reflects, but it doesn't taint the mirror in any way. The mirror is just a reflecting surface because it has nothing of its own. It doesn't add anything of its own. The Sadguru is like that. The enlightened master is empty. He or she only reflects yourself. In that reflection, so you cannot see your own face. You need a mirror to see your own face. You cannot see that you are consciousness. You need a mirror to see that you're consciousness. And that mirror is Sadguru. With everybody else, you see, I am the body, I am the mind. The world reflects that you're the body or the mind. When you look at anybody, you also say, I am the body. They say, oh, I am a woman. You also say, I am a woman. Okay? You identify with the body. Every single person, apart from the Guru, reflects ignorance and reinforces ignorance in you. Only the Sadguru, all the time, reflects and reinstates your pure consciousness. You are able to see your true face in the Sadguru. That's why the mirror. And then the Paduka. The Paduka I shared on the group. The Paduka is because the Pada is not available. Feet is not available. Because the Guru has gone beyond the body. And the Paduka represents Viveka and Vairagya. Viveka is discrimination. To discriminate what is not me and what is me. What is the object? What is the subject? What is reality? What is not? What is Brahman? What is Maya? And what is this Viveka? It is again the teaching. The remembrance of the teaching. With that you discriminate. And the other is Vairagya. Because of the teaching, because you have discriminated, you become dispassionate, detached, because you have matured. Very similar to when you were a child, you were playing with some toy. The moment you mature, you become detached with the toy. Something that you were crying for, now you don't even look at, because you have matured. Now, when somebody matures in spirituality, in Atmagnana, you stop playing with the objects of the world. What happened was you're playing with small toys. As you grow up, you started playing with big toys. पहले तो छोटा कार था, अभी बड़ा कार. Or first you were playing house in the small house. Now you're playing house in big house. Games are same, but at a bigger scale. So same games continue. But and when you mature from that stage, is there a further maturity possible? Is there a further evolution possible? And what happens because of further evolution is complete detachment. The more you evolve, the more you become detached. That's why the Paduka represents Viveka and Vairagya. So we pay respect to the Sadguru in the form of mirror, Paduka, and lamp. Lamp is the lamp of wisdom, Asatoma Sadgamaya. Sat, you're lighting the lamp. The lamp is dispeller of darkness. What dispels darkness is the teaching of enlightenment. That's the lamp. Is that clear?
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any doubts? Any questions? Is Guru Purnima clear? So if staying true to this tradition of passing on the wisdom from master to disciple, we had started the decoding the Gita sessions. One was at in Vivek's office in Bangalore, and one in the Dublin and the UK batch. So the focus is always just teachings of Atmagnana, taking you more and more towards the realization that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not what I think I am pure consciousness. Wherever you go in the world, to whatever spiritual place for education, there is nothing more to be learned than I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not what I think I am pure consciousness. And this simple teaching, the teaching is only that much. There's nothing more. But it has to be drilled in through various techniques. And those techniques in Vedanta is called prakriyas. The Guru uses prakriyas, various tools and techniques to, like how the sculptor uses the chisel and to chisel the tools to hammer and destroy what is existing there. The Guru uses prakriyas, various kind of prakriyas, to systematically cut down the ego, to cut down the notion of individuality. Okay? And in that process, eventually, until the point where there's nothing left to cut down, there's nothing more left to cut down. This is the process of Atmagnana. So all of you have been a part of these sessions. If anybody wants to share, if they've done anything, if the sessions themselves has affected you or changed you, transformed, or has brought any change in you, and you want to share that, you can share that now, and then we'll jump into a small practice.
Hi, Murli. I have a question.
Yeah.
So sometimes the realization happens from within, right? Sometimes there is no external thing that gives you the realization. The realization comes from within, as you mentioned. So in that case, who is the Guru?
So the realization is always happens within. It's called aparoksha anubhuti. Aparoksha anubhuti, meaning aparoksha means there is paroksha anubhuti, then there's aparoksha anubhuti. Paroksha means it comes from outside. It's a borrowed wisdom. Aparoksha anubhuti is your own experience. Now the own experience, and it's not experience, it's going beyond experiences. The word is anubhuti. Anubhuti means, aparoksha anubhuti means transcending all experiences and seeing it yourself firsthand without anybody's interference or anybody's support. Ultimately, that is what is liberation. If that doesn't happen, the person is not enlightened. So you have to stand on your own feet. That is the final stage. The Sadguru is the one just before that stage, the one who leads you to that. Otherwise, you keep missing that. So typically in the popular teaching, they say, go inside, go inside. So when you go inside, when you close your eyes, what do you see? You are overwhelmed with all your images, past ideas and notions. Somebody has to navigate through that jungle of your concepts and lead you to the right place. And the Sadguru cannot take you to the last point. Even the Sadguru is a pointer. But without the Sadguru pointing, the possibility of getting lost is immense. Like I said, in the example of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself, Ramakrishna is still stuck to the most divine experience. He's still stuck to divinity. But enlightenment is beyond even that. How to make that leap? The leap has to be made by you. But the Guru's job is, don't stop here. Somebody who says, no, not this. Guru never says this. Guru's job is to keep saying, not this, not this, not this. Don't stop here, don't stop here. Until you're able to establish. Does it answer the question?
Yes, it answers. Thank you.
So Guru is exactly like, have you seen that movie Dangal? It's a story of, true story of these women who win the gold medal, and they are mentored by their father. And the mentoring is not, he's not compassionate. They are made to wake up early. They hate it. As children, they hate it. They have to be playing and they are struggling, they're suffering. He's very hard on them. Because he knows what is required to attain what is supposed to be attained. The Guru is not at all, he's exactly like the Dangal mentor. He tortures the ego. The ego is beaten and broken to awaken it. The idea is the Guru's motive is to awaken you. And any concept that the ego holds is sleep. Even the concept of Bhagwan. So it has to be awakened from all concepts. And that's why in the movie, during the end, he's not able to come and help. In the ending, the girl, he's seeking her father to give some input to win the match, but he's not there. The last step has to be taken by you. The Guru cannot help you there. But the significance of the master is to take you to that point. Any doubts? Clear? So does anybody have any experience to share, or should we jump into meditation? Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Krishna.
Okay. So we will Vivek, you were saying something?
We are sitting very far away from the computer. So I was just asking Savita if she needs the computer, if she wants to say something.
Okay. Yes, Savita, any questions?
No, all good, all good.
All clear, okay. Okay, so we will Dhyanamoolam Guror Murti, Pujamulam Guror Padam, Mantramulam Guror Vakyam, Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. So of all the, as I told you, of all the deities and gods, Guru is kept at the highest position. In the tradition of yoga, at the Sahasrara, the topmost, and even in the in all the mantras, the mantra of the Guru is the highest mantra. Now, whatever you meditate on, whatever aspect of consciousness you contemplate and meditate on, that aspect starts shining through your body and mind. For example, if somebody contemplates on, let's say, Sri Rama, their life, they'll become very clear about dharma, and their life will become completely dharmic. If somebody contemplates on, if somebody aspires for wealth and contemplates on Lakshmi, that will manifest in their life. Somebody contemplates on Hanuman. That's why these embodiments are given, so that you contemplate on them and realize that aspect of divinity within, and bring that aspect of divinity in your life. So if somebody contemplates, for example, does upasana on Hanuman, they become victorious. That aspect of consciousness starts shining. So if you contemplate and do upasana of Guru, which is considered the highest upasana. So there are multiple upasana, Sri Vidya upasana, Vishnu upasana, Shiva upasana. Of all the upasanas, upasana means contemplation and meditation. Of all the upasanas, Guru upasana is the highest. And what does Guru upasana bring? Silence.
Atmagnana.
The Guru upasana brings Atmagnana and also the ability to teach Atmagnana. So upasana on whatever deity you meditate on, you become that deity on the earth plane. If you lose your individuality, contemplating and meditating on a certain deity, once the individuality is lost, what will remain is that aspect. And that is why you see different types of enlightened beings, because the paths that they would have taken would be different. The kind of upasanas that they would have done is different. So whatever you think, whatever you glorify, whatever you aspire for, and whatever you contemplate and meditate on in a certain way, which is taught by that particular master, you will start embodying that, and that those powers of that divinity, that aspect of consciousness, will start showing up in your life. Now, as aspirants of Jivan Mukti and Atmagnana, and on the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, we will meditate upon the Sadguru, and I will initiate you into the mantra, the Guru mantra, which is the highest mantra, by chanting which your mind will take the form of Sadguru. The mind becomes free from its concepts and gets established in the Guru principle. And the Sadguru gets awakened, and the Sadguru starts guiding you internally throughout your life. Close your eyes. Visualize my palm on your head, that I have placed my palm on the top of your head. Take your awareness to the top of the head. The top of the head is Sahasrara, the center of enlightenment, the place and the abode of Sadguru. Repeat the Sadguru Mahamantra after me. Om.
Om.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Tanno Guruhu Prachodayat.
Tanno Guru Prachodayat.
Om.
Om.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Tanno Guruhu Prachodayat.
Tanno Guru Prachodayat.
Om.
Om.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Sadguruve Vidmahe.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Parabrahmane Dhimahi.
Tanno Guruhu Prachodayat.
Tanno Guru Prachodayat.
Sit with the awareness of the top of your head. Just be aware of any sensation, vibration, or silence at the top of your head. Visualize your entire body being filled with the grace of the Sadguru through the top of your head. You can visualize in the form of light or energy passing through the top of the head and filling up your entire body. The highest grace of the Sadguru is the teaching of Atmagnana, that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not what I think, feel, or know myself as. I am not only pure consciousness, Brahman is. Just receive the grace. On your part, there is nothing to be done. Just receive. Asatoma
Asatoma
Satgamaya
Satgamaya
Tamasoma
Tamasoma
Jyotirgamaya
Jyotirgamaya
Mrityorma
Pratyorma
Amritam Gamaya.
Amritangamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ. You can repeat. ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ.
ज्योत
ज्योत से
से
ज्योत
ज्योत
जगाओ
सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ.
सद्गुरु ज्योति से ज्योति जगाओ.
मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिठाओ.
मेरा अंतर
तिमिर मिठाओ. ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ.
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ.
हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर.
हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर.
हे परमेश्वर हे सर्वेश्वर.
हे परमेश्वर हे सर्वेश्वर.
निज कृपा बरसाओ.
निज पर कृपा बरसाओ.
सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ,
सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ,
सच्ची ज्योत जगे हृदय में,
सच्ची ज्योतिर्जगे हृदय में,
प्रेम सुधा बरसाओ,
प्रेम
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ,
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ।
On the auspicious occasion of Sri Guru Purnima, I seek blessings from Sadguru, the Enlightened Master, to bestow the highest wisdom of Atmagnana and the realization of Brahman, pure consciousness, to all of you, and become free from the notion that I am the body or the mind, and free from all sufferings. May Sadguru bless all of you. Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Slowly open your eyes. So I have some flowers here, and since we are doing a remote session, not able to shower it on you, but I'll just remotely shower it. All right. Thank you all for participating. Thank you again, Vivek, for organizing this remote session. We'll continue our conversations in our scheduled sessions. Do we close? Does anybody else have anything to add before we close? So we have here members from, as we said, the two different Gita families. Eventually, both of you will be merged into one group. I'll just introduce the participants here. You can just wave. There's Vivek Shangari, who's showing as a host here. That's Vivek, and that's his office there. That's where we started the sessions. Vivek owns his own startup called Ace Hacker, his own company, sorry, called Ace Hacker, and he's a tech wizard. He works on very interesting projects in artificial intelligence. He's an expert in that field. Beside him is Savita, who stays in the same apartment close by. She's also part of the Gita, Decoding the Gita sessions. And we have Prasadji from India. There are two Prasadjis. The one with the beard is Prasadji from India, and the one without the beard is from UK. Both of them are IT professionals. I think the Prasadji from UK is also accompanied by his family, who is also part of the session, his wife Pallavi. And we also heard the beautiful chanting by his son. We have Saujanya, who's joining us from Bangalore. And Saujanya's son is the one who chanted the beautiful verses and also the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. We have Beena joining us. Beena, you can just wave. That's Beena. Beena is an IT professional, again, from Bangalore. We have Ajay. Ajay is joining us. Ajay, are you joining us from Bangalore or from your hometown?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. Ajay is also an IT professional. He's also a very great artist. You can follow him on social platforms. He also teaches a lot of art workshops. We have Surekha joining from Bangalore. Surekha is also part of the sessions in Bangalore. She's a French and art teacher. And also she's a teacher of mindfulness. She does a lot of sessions in Bangalore on mindfulness and art, and also French. That's all the people from Bangalore. From Ireland and UK, I think UK I covered with Prasadji. Prasad, you can just wave again. And we have Meenakshi ji from you're from Dublin, right? She is in Dublin. Also an IT professional. We have Shanti Bhushan ji, again IT professional. All IT professionals here. And we have Supriya ji from Dublin. We have finally Pradeep ji from Dublin, right?
Yeah.
So this is the so eventually both so we are almost at the last session for the Bangalore batch, and we have a few more sessions for the Irish batch. So we'll reach the last session. Then we will combine both the groups and continue our conversations. Thank you again for being part of the Guru Purnima celebration. As I said at the beginning, this is the purpose that the festivals were created, so that you contemplate on it, decipher it, and extract the spiritual wisdom and realize the truth. Everything else is only superficial. Everything else is for engagement with the community and for some fun with the food and the lights and the dresses. But the reality is the inner transformation. And we have all been blessed to contemplate on Guru Purnima, which is the most auspicious and the greatest contemplation on the greatest being on the highest level teaching. So thank you once again, and may Sadhguru bless you all. We'll close the session today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Krishna ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna ji.
Thanks, Murli.